Welcome to the Spy Collection. I'm Anastasios and today we'll do something slightly different. The last few days there have been a lot of headlines about some mysterious documents shared on social media, allegedly originating from the United States intelligence community. We cannot know whether this is true or false, who might have leaked them and why, and if the information included there is accurate or not. Nevertheless, we'll pick one of them and try to explain it for historical and educational purposes. One of the easiest to reconstruct was this. We kept the original map and reconstructed everything else so that it's easier to navigate and explain. On the top left, we have the insignia of the United States Chief of Staff, which indicates the association of this document with the military intelligence of the US. Unfortunately, we do not know the exact agency for this specific document. It was classified as secret and for release to the United States and the Five Eyes, that is, the US, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. We assume that it was secret and not top secret because it's still information that you don't want any potential adversary to know, but at the same time, it's not leaking any particularly sensitive sources and methods, as we'll see. Its title was Ukraine, Freeze Favorable to Vehicle Maneuver Approximately 16 Inches Projections. As we can find in the US Army's Mountain Warfare and Cold Weather Operations Manual, armored vehicles require at a minimum 16 inches of waterborne ice in order to support 16 tons, with each additional inch supporting one additional ton. This does not apply for ice thickness under 16 inches. For example, 3 inches of ice will not support 3 tons. So this is open source information, but still crucial for military operations to know and plan ahead of time, since it can significantly limit the ability to conduct operations. Next, on the top right, we're reading that the intelligence cutoff date, or ICOD, was 12:30 Eastern Standard Time on February 28, 2023. This is also accurate since the Pentagon in the US is located in the EST time zone. It's worth highlighting here that in rapidly evolving situations, like for instance weather forecasting, which is what this intelligence product is about, ICOD is very valuable. It gives the recipients a clear picture into when it was the last time that intelligence analysts consulted new information to produce this finished product. And here is the map. We didn't reconstruct this to avoid misrepresenting any details. In summary, with the red color it indicates the Russian-controlled territories, with blue the Ukrainian offensive, and the three lines indicate the frozen ground extent from the period of February 22nd to mid-March 2023. To make this even easier to digest, the analysts utilized the structure analytic technique named timeline. The purpose of the timeline is to give the consumer of the intelligence an understanding of how the situation evolves over time. In this case, the mud frozen ground, which could hinder military operations. Here is the period that no operations could be conducted due to the area being frozen, partially frozen. Following that, and until May, the ice will be melting, resulting in muddy terrain, again not ideal for vehicle movement in the region. And lastly, we have the favorable time for such military operations, which we assume was also the reason for this now publicly available document being originally classified as secret. As you saw, there are no major sources or methods being exposed here, but at the same time, it can give any potential adversaries insights into the military operations planning. Any good intelligence product must also provide information on how this assessment was created. As we were reading, this was current intelligence, meaning it was disseminated as quickly as possible without being fully coordinated with the rest of the intelligence community or sources outside of what the US military had available. Specifically, we are reading that the sources used were US Air Force's 557th Weather Wing, the US Army's 7th Weather Squadron, which is based in Germany, the Tactics, Techniques and Procedures of the US Army's Corps of Engineers, the Joint Intelligence Operations Center Europe's Joint Analytics Center, which is located in the UK, the US Army's Logistics Information Systems, the US Air Force's Global Air-Land Weather Exploitation Model, the global forecast system of the US National Centers for Environmental Prediction, and lastly, principles from the science of climatology. As mentioned in the introduction, we do not know if this is a real, fabricated, or fake document, but it practically demonstrates some excellent intelligence analysis and production techniques, so it was worth sharing it as an educational tool as well as for historical purposes. If you'd like us to cover more of the leaked documents in a similar manner, please let us know in the comments below. Until then, remember to not blindly trust what you see, since in the world of espionage, nothing is as it seems.